Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to talk to you about this comic that I ran into while I was just window shopping and browsing and whatnot. And it's called Static All Night, Up All Night. And when I was very small, I grew up watching the TV show Static Shock. So then I was like, a static shock comic, huh? So then I just decided to like give it a look cause I don't normally like get comics and whatnot cause of I don't have a lot of room for all of my stuff and whatnot, but just decided to go with this one because I have fond memories of static. So so then here's like the fancy art in the background, and it just basically just started going on an adventure that happens completely all, as the title implies, it happens all in a single night. So then the basic setup is that Static's girlfriend breaks up with him when she finds out that he's a superhero and whatnot. Cause she be like, well, you think that there's always gonna be crime and you only have one girlfriend, so either you put me ahead of all of those poor women and shooters that you keep saving, or we break up. So then, since he values the innocent bystanders more than his girlfriend, she breaks up with him, and she be like, it's not me, it's you, and then he be like, you're saying that backwards. So it has like the city trademark, city humor of Static Shock, or Static. Well, I know him as Static Shock because of the TV show, but his official superhero name is Static. But sometimes in this comic they call him Black Lightning. So over here they have all of his various names and whatnot. And it also includes the origin story, his origin story in 2 pages, just in case you're not familiar with the superhero. Which is interesting. Like the TV show, they said that he got his powers because of some weird chemicals in a random plant that he passed by, and that the smoke exploded, and then all of the people who breathed it gained superpowers. But in the comic version, he ended up getting the superpowers because he was in a peaceful protest, and then the police and the riot police came at them, and then they shot a strange biological gas at them in order to force them to disperse. And a lot of people who breathed that gas ended up dropping dead, while the ones that managed to survive ended up becoming superheroes. That's why they call themselves the Bang Babies, because of the sound of that gun when he shot those weird gas at them. And we don't know based on historical references and whatnot, that sometimes certain law enforcement in certain areas are given sketchy ammo in order to test out on the population, some biological weapons on the populace and whatnot. But a la Sarin style, just crazy sketchy stuff. Anyhow, this is just how Static got his power. So then, we're all caught up today. So then, as the comic progresses, he just his girlfriend broke up with him, but then he keeps running into her, and then at a certain point, she starts being like, oh, is this your origin story where you go from being a superhero to the creepy stalker on the planet? So then they gave him they modernized him somewhat, because now he has a modern day type of cell phone, and any other weird, and every weird that gets dumped on the internet, he starts cyber stalking his girlfriend. And then over here he's watching her live feed with her and her new boyfriend and whatnot, and then he's like, oh man, she's broke up with me. But yeah. And then it's just him running into various adventure, and over here, and they end up doing a bunch of random cameos of various superheroes and whatnot, or from the Static series. most of them most of them I don't recognize, because a lot of the don't, like a good number of them don't usually make it to like the TV show and whatnot. And since this is a long running series, it's to be expected that after like 10-20 years they will add more people to his roster. And he has some cookie little action scenes and whatnot. But most of them focusing on her in specific, when he just tries struggling around. So yeah, even though like the comic is called Static, most of the action scenes are done by this girl whose name I forgot. I like read it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So that's just, like, at the end of the comic, they also have like a little side story that has nothing to do with anything. Because there's like one of the bank babies was a rich klepto girl. And then her super ability is that she shrinks herself, and she also shrinks stuff around her. And they only regain their size as soon as she loses interest in the item and stuff. So then like the side story, which was more hilarious and insane, is one of those Honey I Shrunk the Kids type of situation, or just a maiden in a nightclub that got shrunk into a small size, and then she's like dealing with like rodents, giant cats, an army of roaches, which is like don't ever draw roaches in like a comic. It's just I just don't like roaches in general, unless they have Hollow Knight aesthetic. But yeah, and then eventually, since she regains her size while riding the giant rat, the rat gets super sized. So then now she has a giant rodent as a friend and whatnot. So yeah, like the side story ended up being more crazy and insane than the actual adventures or static in the comic. But all in all, it was just a fun read I saw, and it's in color, and they actually use the color red, so you can see the why. So if you're wondering why the comic is it's like cost what it does, is mostly because of the color red. Every time like the color red shows up in a comic, it makes it like 10 times more expensive. But whatever. I hope you find it amusing and whatnot. And oh yeah, and like throughout the night he goes through several, like throughout the comic he goes through several different wardrobe changes and whatnot. So that's fun. So I hope you find this amusing, and bye bye and God bless.